Hey YouTube, this is Comet back with another PathFun video. Thanks for clicking on my video, and for all my new users, heads up, I am not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before making any investments. Also, all coins and tokens I talk about, I do hold. After the team's mini AMA this weekend and after my last video, I really wanted to break down how staking works after I had a better understanding of the process. First of all, the entire point of staking is to unlock specific tiers to have access to purchase pre-audited, pre-sale tokens that want to list on PathFund's Launchpad. I will reference several PowerPoints shown in the AMA, and I will put the link for the complete video in the description. The first topic was stages. Access to future project pre-sales, as you already know, will be granted based on staking tiers. Each staking tier requires a minimum amount of staking, and each level will have an increased benefit. Pre-sales will have two stages. Stage 1 is per tier, and stage 2 is free for all PathFund holders if there are any unsold tokens from stage 1. This means that the tiers 1 through 5 in stage 1 will have priority access as opposed to stage 2. Tier 1 would have the lowest amount a holder would have to stake for the least amount of time. Each tier higher, the amount of PathFund staked increases as well as the time. Tier 1, you would need to stake 500 worth of PathFund for a minimum of 1 day prior to the presale. Tier 2, you would need to stake 5,000 worth of PathFund for a minimum of 3 days prior to the presale. Tier 3, you would need to stake 10,000 worth of PathFund for a minimum of 7 days prior to presale. Tier 4, you would need to stake 25,000 worth of PathFund for a minimum of 14 days prior to presale. Last, Tier 5, you would need to stake 50,000 worth of PathFund for a minimum of 21 days prior to presale. Access to future pre-sales for tiers 1 through 3 will be awarded based on a lottery system. Access to future pre-sales for tiers 4 and 5 will be granted automatically. I would assume on a first-come, first-served basis, since a holder of that amount would have access to all tiers. An example given is a made-up project called Alpha. The goal is to raise 300,000 in BNB for their pre-sale. For the sake of the example, BNB is worth 300. Tier 1 will consist of 150 participants buying 1 BNB each for a total of 150 BNB. Tier 2 will consist of 104 participants buying 2.4 BNB each for a total of 250 BNB. Tier 3 will consist of 71 participants buying 2.8 BNB each for a total of 200 BNB. Tier 4 will consist of 58 participants buying 3.4 BNB each for a total of 200 BNB, and Tier 5 will consist of 50 participants buying 4 BNB each for a total of 200 BNB. So, per the Alpha project, 1,000 total BNB will be purchased, equaling 300,000 with a total of 433 participants. The total 300,000 is not raised. Phase 2 will begin, whereas any holder of PathFund can participate at the Tier 1 buy-in at 1 BNB. What separates these tiers from one another is not only the tier's upfront cost and staking duration of PathFund, it's that each higher tier that you increase to, the multiplier increases. Multiplier means per tier, you will receive X amount more tokens dependent on what tier you are in. Let's use the example given and go from the beginning to the end on how you would stake for a presale. First step needed to be done as a participant is to stake the amount of PathFund tokens you are willing to use to unlock what tier you would like to have access to through the Launchpad. Once you see a project you're interested in, you would apply for a whitelisting on the Launchpad. From what I understand, the whitelist will provide the Launchpad your information about what you're staking and what tiers you're interested in. Once whitelisted is done and access is granted, assuming you get selected via the lottery system for tiers 1 through 3, or qualify for tiers 4 and 5, which is first come, first serve, you could then purchase the Alpha tokens for presale. FYI, you purchase these tokens with BNB, not your staked PathFund. Okay, so now you were selected in the lottery for, let's say, tier 1. What's the benefit of a higher tier as opposed to a lower? Let's look at this table and see how the multiplier comes into play. For example, if you are in tier 1, the multiplier is 1. Let's hypothetically say 1 BNB equals 1 million of Alpha tokens. So if you are in tier 1, your 1 BNB will buy you 1 million Alpha tokens. Each tier after has a multiplier higher than 1. Tier 2 is 1.2, tier 3 is 1.4, Tier 4 is 1.7, and Tier 5 is 2. Comparing Tier 1 and 5, Tier 1 has no bonus tokens, with Tier 5 having a multiplier of 2. Even though you need to buy 4 BNB for Tier 5, and we said 1 BNB is equal to 1 million, before any multiplier is added, you would have purchased 4 million Alpha tokens with 4 BNB. With the multiplier, you now have 8 million for Tier 5. Pause the screen and check out the chart, and you will see the total amount of Alpha you would receive per tier with each multiplier used in this example. Also, the green highlighted areas show the total with the multiplier. If you notice, the red shows without a multiplier and bonus token. Basically, not only are you able to get pre-sale token prices, with the multiplier, you will receive bonus amounts. Okay, friends, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I hope I explained that as simple as possible, and it's as accurate as I understand it. Let me know what you think of PathFun so far, and if there are any other tokens or coins you want me to discuss. Take care and have a blessed day.